This is Pinyin in a Week. I'm your instructor Betty with YesLingo.com. Lesson 1, Simple Finals. We're going to begin our journey into Pinyin with the first group of simple finals. Okay, I just used some words that you're probably unfamiliar with, like, what's a simple final? So first things first. Let's take a look at the different components of Pinyin to understand what we'll be encountering in the next few days. Here is the Pinyin for the word ma, which means horse. See how useful Pinyin is? Even though I haven't shown you what the Chinese character for ma looks like, you could still read it if you can read Pinyin. So you should see three main components here that make up this syllable. The first component is the initial. The initial is like the first letter or combination of letters of the word. The next component is the final. The final is usually a vowel or a combination of vowels and consonants that make up the last part of the syllable. And finally, here is the tone, which tells you how you should inflect this symbol. The tone is crucial to master because some words have the exact same initial and final, but a different tone will change the meaning of the word completely. Now that you know all of the components that make up a syllable's pinyin, let's get into the first bit. We're going to learn the first set of simple finals, and they're actually going to correspond with the vowels of English, A, E, I, O, and U, and they are called simple finals because they are only composed of one vowel. The Mandarin vowels are all pretty straightforward, but just remember that although they look like English vowels, they are not pronounced like their English counterparts. We're first going to learn this simple final. We do not call this A like the English letter. Instead, it's pronounced ah, ah. When you visit the doctor, and he makes you open your mouth to check your throat, he tells you to say ah, and this is essentially the same pronunciation of this vowel, ah. You can try saying father. See how it also contains the ah sound? So practice with me and repeat after me. Ah, ah. The next vowel is this one right here. This vowel is pronounced or. It kind of reminds me of the Jersey accent from the East Coast of America. Can you imagine how folks in Jersey might say the word saw or all? They might pronounce it as saw or all. Something like that, right? So similarly, that is how we pronounce this final. Or. It's a bit like the interjection O, but less rounded. You need to point your lips a little bit more. Purse your lips together. Or. Okay, good. We're ready to move on to the next final, which is this one right here. This is not pronounced E. Instead, it sounds a little bit like when you're confused and you say, but you need to make your mouth a little bit flatter. So this vowel sounds like, Another way that you can imagine pronouncing the sound is that it's similar to the English pronunciation of bird or sir. How would the English say these two words? They might say bird, sir. So it's a little bit like that sound. Okay, repeat after me. Good. The next final is this one. This is pretty easy to remember. Now be careful, we don't say I. Instead, it sounds like E, much like the sound in machine. While we're pronouncing these vowels, don't make any inflections with your voice. The tones should all kind of stay high-pitched and flat without any inflection, like this. E, E. Okay, try it one more time. E. Good. The next vowel is this one right here. This is a sound that's pretty easy to make. It's basically oo, oo. It's pronounced like the double O in two, or even like the oo sound in you. But again, make sure you're not inflecting. Keep your voice flat and high-pitched. Ooh, ooh. Very good. Now, this last vowel is a sound that you've probably never heard before, but don't worry, it's really not that difficult. It sounds like this. Ooh, ooh. Now, it kind of sounds like ooh, except a little bit flatter, don't you think? And now it's also represented by the letter U, but notice that it's got these two little dots over it. Now, here's how you can learn how to say it. Start by saying E. Now slowly round your lips. E. Did you see that? The final sound you end up making is this vowel. Again, if you have trouble pronouncing it, start by saying E and slowly round your lips until you make this sound. But of course, when you're speaking Chinese normally, once you get a handle of it, you don't need to do that two-step process anymore. Let's try it together a couple more times. Okay, good. This one's a tough one, so make sure that you practice. All right, we're going to review all of the simple finals that we just learned. And the reason why we're learning them in this order is that you'll notice your mouth goes from big to small when it's in this order. So let's read them together. Ready? Ah, o, e, u, ü. Great. When you have a chance, make sure you practice all of these over and over again. And that's it for the first lesson. Be sure you practice because you're going to need to be familiar with all of these sounds for the next lesson when we start learning initials. And speaking of the next lesson, please complete the practice questions at the bottom of the web page to unlock the next lesson. Good luck, and I'll see you next time in Pinyin in a week.